If you could touch love, would it be like resting your head on a feather down pillow? If you could taste it, would it melt on your tongue like cotton candy? If you could smell it, would it be reminiscent of a lover's scent, hidden in the crease where the neck and shoulder meet? Can you define love, or would it just be? I filter through my sentiments when I absorb the black ink from the pages inscribed in the book of life and believe that this love it speaks of can only be described and personified in the deity of Jesus Christ. All throughout the scriptures, he whispers love into ears that are willing to hear and eyes that desire to see. But do our hearts echo understanding? How do we, like Peter, respond to the simple question Jesus Christ is asking? Do you love me? I stand corrected if I ever think I fully understand what this love means apart from a God who loves ceaselessly. I've experienced romance, motherly adoration, but what kind of love is this that gives of himself to all of creation unsparingly? What kind of love is this that crushes his only son so humanity could see that love conquers all things? It's this kind of love that carries me when I'm tear-stained and torn up inside and defeatedly watch life pass me by as the battle of the mind is a far cry from peace. It's this kind of love that can empathize when my spirit is willing but my flesh is weak. It's this kind of love that stretches wide its wings and bids me into its shadow to dwell in its safety. But as gentle as love may be, it is also ferociously jealous like a lion protecting his pride. Every fear we face is subject to its authority when love, once and for all, triumphantly carried it and nailed it to the cross to die. In the light of this love, fear is a lie. But fear and all of its defenseless friends gain power to torment he who does not know his territory, rooted and grounded in love that is perfect. Christ's love is the land that I speak of, and its immeasurable length, depth, height, and width is ours to receive if we, like Joshua, believe what God said in Joshua 3. Upon the land your feet will tread, I have given you. Like the Levites, instead of an earthly inheritance, our portion is him. But one must survey the land before he understands how grand his portion is. He must walk the parameters of his estate. He must bury his hands into the earth to know its worth. But in our human frailty, we can't fully conceptualize what that means until we step out of the confines of time and into eternity, for then we might be able to perceive the length of Christ's love. I love you more than the sky ends, my mother used to say as she kissed my forehead before bed. My eyes gazed across the night sky and I wondered just how long before that love would end. But this love knows no end. It's I'll stitch you in with my needle and thread kind of love. I am yours and you are mine. Your pulse now pumps blood from my bloodline. You and I are interwoven so tight kind of love. And when we meet, I'll unravel the patchwork with no beginning and end so you can see where I stitched you in, long before you were a thought in your mother's mind, before the beginning of time and into the endless abyss of bliss. That's how long I love you. But before you decide just how wide this love is, have you sailed the vast ocean tide? Have you rocked asleep upon the calming peace of the sea's lullaby? And from this cradle looked up to behold the expanse of the sky, observing that it's my arms that hold it all together with enough room to wrap them around the whole human race, just to sweep you up in my embrace. That's how wide I love you. And before you consider just how deep this love can reach, picture my eye peering down into the heart of every man, looking past his deeds and cherishing his beauty as he was made in the likeness of the Trinity. Despite your inclination to wander away from the burning flame and into the darkness, yes, even down into the grave, I, in my all-consuming wrath and jealousy, will pull you up from the snare of harlotry and remind you just how much my heart grieves when you're far from me. This can only be explained by love so deep. But what about the height of my love? Your praise, like incense, travels up to the heavens and enthrones me. As you reverence and adore, I swell up with joy and shower you with blessings, so you remember that I love you more. I'll walk the ends of the earth for you, go down into the pit for you, hold you in the darkest hour. And as you experience more of my love, you will not cower, but have power to hold a torch as you round the corners of dark alleys and into the valleys of life. As I told Joshua, do not be afraid, nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. To experience my love, to hear my voice, to grow in the knowledge of me, enlarges your territory, both in the physical realm and in the heart. where you are no longer afflicted or restricted by fear, but free to go where I might send. And the more you see and hear, the more your heart will expand, wider, longer, higher, and deeper, so you might have room enough to receive all of me. Peter could not possibly respond affirmatively to the limitless love Jesus Christ speaks of, and neither can we until we receive this gift in all of its entirety. Consider your anxieties, for this might help you to better understand whether you are on or off the land. The answer is clear when the consummation of his perfect love casts out all fear, so that wherever our feet shall tread, wherever we lay our heads, our hearts are quieted within us. For we have seen, touched, tasted, and felt love so great. We have walked its width, depth, height, and length, and as a result are filled with all the fullness of God. For this is where Christ dwells through faith. And as we remain steadfast, he will provide us the resources we need to expand our house upon the land where he will dwell among us richly, one that will withstand the winds, storms, and tests of life until faith becomes sight, hope will be realized, and knowledge transcends into infinite wisdom. And at this point, we will find that it is only love that remains and rests beneath our feet, bridging the gap from this present life into eternity, where we will fall humbly at the throne of our King, overwhelmed to be in the presence of the very definition of love. I implore you to explore the portion of your lot, for surely you will find that the boundary lines have fallen for you in pleasant places. For love is among us. He is our beautiful inheritance.